right. Well, I hope you guys are doing amazing. I am in Georgia and seeing some friends and family, enjoying my time, trying to get ready for all the things we have coming. So, as promised for our members, I have our detox overview. I had a few of you asking questions about, what's all involved in this detox and what are we going to be doing? So wanted to answer some of those questions and kind of talk about the why behind why we're doing this, what we're hoping that all of you will be able to accomplish. And, we're just here for you. So, all right. First, why? Actually, yeah, let me start back. So, a lot of times in January, people want to start doing a challenge or, they're really thinking about, okay, this year I'm going to get my health in order. And I've seen a lot of posts lately and it makes me excited because I love goal setting. I think anytime that you set a goal and even if you take 2 steps and fall, that's 2 steps that you took this time. And I think every time we try, we get a little bit closer to that goal. So I love seeing all of that. We have just been able to high five and cheer on quite a few people already who are getting started. And so we wanted to help support our members and then those in the community who wanted to, take a step, take maybe 2 steps, maybe 3 steps, who knows? So we wanted to come alongside you. We've got several different options. We know that there are lots of different stages and lots of different places and different people in different places as far as their health journey goes. And so we want to partner with you wherever you are. So we have got, ways that you can participate for free. You guys can join our group and be on Facebook, watch for information. We'll be sharing weekly videos, recipes, grocery lists. We've got fitness tips, all kinds of stuff coming for you. Just want to be able to really connect you with the resources that are going to help educate, equip, and empower you. So we've got several different options. And like I said, many of you are doing the actual liver cleanse with us. And the reason that we need to detox our liver, if you were on with us, our community event last month, which our next one's coming up, January 3rd, 6 p.m. Be sure you mark your calendars for that. Free events, any of our free memberships. This is how you keep your membership. You attend these meetings. So be sure and mark that on your calendars. We'll be talking about thyroid and how you can optimize your metabolism with your thyroid. But last month we talked about this detox because we wanted people to understand what we were going to be doing as far as our challenge goes. And so your liver is amazing. It is constantly working for you. I read something the other day. It says, open 24/7. And that's totally true. Constantly working to help detox from anything in your environment. If you're from Southwest Louisiana and you've got lots of hurricanes, you might have your house, covered in mold. That's a toxin. There's lots of different ones. There's a really great list in our little guide. So in your kit, you're going to get a guide. We'll also be having, like I said, lots of companion materials to go with this. You'll have some protein powder. You're going to have some nutrients in there, some minerals, and we'll explain to you in more detail how to take all of that. But in your kit, you'll have all of those things. And it goes through a really good explanation of the why. But some of the things that are listed in here, nicotine, alcohol, caffeine, all of these are toxins that our liver has to work to detox bacteria, yeast, fungus, stress. I don't know if anybody else is feeling the stress of the holidays, but your liver is constantly working to help you remove all of that from your body. And there are 2 phases to the detox. And this is what I think is super cool. It's actually one of the things that if you come and see me for a free consult, you'll see on the back of my door is part of this process. Well, your body has to oxidate these toxins before it can eliminate them, or most of them have to be oxidized first. Regardless, the first phase of getting your liver to do those things is really actually more toxic than the toxin itself, because as it breaks it down, it becomes even more harmful. And what we're going to do as part of this reset is you take those first couple of days and you actually activate the phase 2. So the second part of the liver detox is where it is like going through, it has a great picture in here, and I'll share this with you guys. And so the second phase, you can see. So the second phase of your detox that your liver does, it goes through methylation, which helps repair and replace DNA, sulfuration, all these different things that these processes go through as a second phase. That's the part that's really the part that actually eliminates the things that you don't need and helps restore. That's the part you really want to happen. And you want both parts to happen. You can't have the second part without the first part. But we want to make sure that we've got that second phase working really well before we start unleashing all of these first phase toxins, right? Because I just mentioned that they're more harmful to the body than just the toxin itself. So an oxidated, toxin is more. If you've ever heard of oxidative stress, if you haven't, you should look it up because it's really cool. We do also do testing on oxidative stress that tells us how quickly you're aging and lets us know a lot of different things on how well your body is detoxing. And I've seen, I had a question last month asking about, well, do we need a detox? Because I heard that we don't need to because our body does that on its own. Very good question. I love that question because yes, you have a liver, hopefully, and it should be detoxing for you 24/7. If you saw on this page at the bottom, you'll notice the nutrients that are needed in order for those phases to happen. And when we do oxidative stress panels, like one of them is glutathione, that's huge for detox. And we've seen people who theirs are very, very low that can be depleted through stress, through illness, all kinds of different things. And so, yes, your body does its own detox and you need to support that. And that's what we're doing with this detox is really, we're not putting anything in your body that's going to make it do something different. We're actually supporting the process that it would do naturally. So we're making sure that you have all those vitamins and minerals to help you actually amp up and do the detox that you need to. This is also going to help you feel a lot better as you're transitioning, because some of the things that can cause you to have those added toxins is like processed foods. If you're eating out a lot, you're going to get seed oils and all kinds of different things in the restaurants that you wouldn't put in your food at home. So this activating that phase 2 and helping you ramp that up when you come off of those, heavy carbs or processed foods or whatever, you're going to feel better than if you didn't have this support, because your body won't be trying to take in all the new toxins and get rid of all the old toxins all at the same time. It will have the nutrients it needs to detox quicker. And so you'll feel better. All right. So there's a patient guide in here. Y'all, anytime you have any condition and you're thinking about doing some kind of overhaul on your nutrition, or your exercise, you should really consult your healthcare provider. And if they don't know how to coach you through these things, find a healthcare provider who does. Find someone who can help you understand and navigate through diet changes and exercise changes, because I guarantee you need some form of nutrition, right? You need to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients in, and you need to be partnered with someone who can help you through that. That's why we do what we do at our clinic. Also fitness. You need someone who can help walk you through what's safe and not safe for your body and work with your providers and your specialists. So make sure that you have that before it gets started. Can you continue your medicines and supplements? You definitely want to talk this through with your provider, because there's some things that you, like for instance, blood pressure. A lot of our members are on blood pressure medicine, and your blood pressure is amazingly influenced by your nutrition. You may not realize, but if you do, so the detox starts with a 2-day fast. Don't worry, we do have a shake we'll be drinking. And look, if you skip that part, it just means that you're going to be a little bit slower through the phases. It's not like an all or nothing. But it will be really helpful if you can get through those 2 days. We'll be doing it together, so you won't be alone. I'll be doing it too. And so, as you're going through these changes, you could see your top number, your systolic blood pressure, drop quite a bit. Okay. And if you're on medications, you want to be working with somebody who can watch that with you, because it can be unsafe. You can, have a fall or whatever. And so it's very important that you talk this over, like I mentioned before, with your healthcare provider, someone who knows. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means, some might not, but for the majority, you can do it. You just need to do it safely. You need to do it with somebody who is coaching you through it, watching you through it, available if you have anything come up. You want to make sure that you've got a good partner as you transition through these things. And that's even more so the more medications that you're on. Okay. And then they asked about supplements. So supplements as well, same thing. Some supplements you might end up with taking double because of what they're putting in here. If you're doing really good and you're taking your omegas, which hopefully you are, because we preach about those a lot. And so, but anyway, there are different things that you may not need to take while you're taking this, while you're going through this detox program. But again, talk that over with your healthcare provider. Am I allowed to chew gum? Okay, so chewing gum, most of them have preservatives, additives, sugar substitutes, and things like that, colorings. We're really aiming to see what your body feels like without any toxins. So we're trying our very best for these 7 days to get every bit of toxins out of your life. And again, this is not an all or nothing, but I just want you to understand the purpose of the detox is to help your body get through getting that out of your body. If you do stick to this, you are going to notice you have such less cravings. You have a much better mood. You have much more stable blood sugar. Like all of those things will regulate pretty quickly if you can get your liver detoxed. So I would highly encourage you sticking to it. But like I said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's important to make progress, however you make it. All right. Should I eat breads? Nope. You should skip breads. That's back to the processed and the getting the toxins out. Gluten is one of the main issues for most of our members. So gluten, dairy, and sugar out the house if you can for the 7 days. All right. Can I have anything other than water that we're mixing with our core support powder while you're doing your first 2 days? Yes, you can have water. You can also have herbal tea, green tea. You want to have as little caffeine as possible. So if you heard earlier when we were talking about the toxins, we were talking about how caffeine can be a toxin. So we want to limit that. Is it the same? And I had another member ask me this the other day. Is it a heavy metal detox, and is it a colon purge? No and no. We're not trying to get everything out of your colon. We are trying to detox your liver. So we really want to help your liver get to the point to where it's able to detox your body very well on the daily, which is going to help with your blood sugar and help with your oxidative stress and all of that. Not to say that it's bad to clean out your colon. A lot of us have a lot of things kind of hanging up in there, but that's a totally different thing. This won't keep you in the bathroom or any of that. It also is not going to help pull any of those heavy metals out. So if you do have, or you suspect that you might have heavy metal poisoning or exposure, definitely come get checked. We can help you with that. I know we've been doing talks about the heavy metal that was suspected in a lot of the baby foods. So we can help test for the kids for that kind of stuff. And if you do have metals in your body, there's different ways to chelate those and get those out of your body. And it requires a different set of protocols and things to do. So no, this is not those, but it will help your liver get to the point to where it can help detox if you did have those kinds of exposures. So what if you don't feel better after you complete the program? There's going to be a small portion of people, and, we will continue to work with you. Some of what I've seen so far, and I know we just started in September, but I've read since we've started, because I'm like, well, is this normal? And I've also spoken with my collaborator. There are other patients who sometimes, you've got decades of things going on, and we've got to get ahead of those and figure out what all of them are. Like I just mentioned with the heavy metals, right? If we do this liver detox and you've still got heavy metals in your body, we may need to work to get those out, right? Or if you do all of this and you have a leaky gut, then we're going to need to help heal your gut. And, this isn't going to heal your gut. It may be a step in the right direction, because if we can help your body detox and get you off some of those things that are inflammatory, then that's going to help heal your gut in some ways. But yeah, so anyways, if that happens, definitely stay tuned. Let us know. We want to help you. We want to partner with you. Okay, if I get goat dairy products, can you consume those? If you haven't had an allergic reaction to them, they say it's fine. Most people have allergens to other types of milk. So that's that. Can you continue on your exercise program? Yes, but especially when you're fasting, anytime that you are restricting calories, your body's not going to have the same amount, right, to help you recover from that exercise. So you want to be very careful that you don't overdo it. If you're one of our members for our exceptional wellness program, you are wearing a Whoop. And so mine's on my bicep. And I would pay attention to that. I would very much pay attention to your recovery. You want to stay in the yellow to green. If you get in the red, that is like, pay attention. That's your emergency alarm going off saying, hey, I'm cutting it too close. Really, if you get under 60, I would start backing off, try to take it a little easy. And this is just going to be 7 days. So you won't lose too much muscle mass in those 7 days. And then why can't I have oranges? So oranges are actually a common food allergen, and citrus blends and punches, they're usually high in preservatives and stuff like that. So that's some of the FAQs that are in here. What are your questions? Send them our way. I know I had someone asking me specifically, like, what does it look like? What are we actually going to do? There is a guide in here that kind of walks you through step by step. There's also some recipes, grocery list. I have a longer one that kind of covers more of what you can eat. And then I'll get to the books here in a second. But the first 2 days, like I said, we're going to be fasting. Get to the right page here. All right. So the first 2 days, so you'll be doing some shakes and some alpha-based capsules. These will help, like I said, put in those nutrients that you saw on the graph when we first looked at it to help that phase 2 get amped up. So we really want to get that running really well. And that's what those 2 days are for. You're not having any additional toxins come in. That's part of why we're fasting. We're kind of giving everything a rest, letting the body do that phase 2 and really pump out whatever it's been dealing with. And then we're going to, as we're filling it up, right, with all of these nutrients that are needed to help you detox, then we'll start eating, really, really low allergen, low preservative, healthy foods, teaching you what to eat for the next 5 days. And you can continue this on. So, we do have a 14-day kit. I'm actually doing the 14-day, but if you just want to do the 7-day, that's awesome. But the point is that you want to take this and like really let your body have some time where it's getting rid of all those toxins and feeding you what you need. All right. So I said I would mention, I would go over a little bit on the books. If you didn't get our newsletter, I'm going to link it here in the live. But so there are 3 books. I still haven't gotten my other paper one. Actually, it should be in today. But I have it digitally. So Brain Warrior's Way is the first one. That one was written by Dr. Amen. He's a psychiatrist. He's also done a lot of brain scans and he studies the brain for a living. He's phenomenal. If you don't follow him, you should, because he's just so smart. And his book is really great for, really for anyone who wants to improve their overall health. All 3 of these are. But what I've been telling folks is if you are looking for more of a plant-based diet, if you're looking for more options when it comes to how do I feed myself in a more plant holistic way, that's going to be the book that's best for you. The next book is Grain Brain. Okay. So Grain Brain is really great. Dr. Perlmutter is phenomenal. Also, if you don't follow him, I would. He does such a great job of putting together all of the science behind why grain is so bad for our brain. And it really, from what I've seen with our members so far, it's huge in gut, in hormones, and y'all, even, it's crazy, but even thyroid. So if you have any kind of autoimmune disease, and thyroid is very often autoimmune, it's almost always autoimmune, and so is diabetes in a lot of cases. Any kind of inflammatory disease, so Alzheimer's is also considered to be called like diabetes of the brain. And so Grain Brain is really great for helping you reduce that inflammation. So if you've got any of those kind of diseases, if you're dealing with one of those kind of conditions, it's a very low carb. So my only caveat to that is if you're a person who works physically hard or you work out a lot, it may not be enough carbs for you. But the carbs that he suggests in here, and it's a very, very clean keto. There's a lot of vegetables that he recommends. So you're going to be able to still detox, which is part of what some of the concerns with keto in certain ways is because you don't allow your body enough nutrition to actually still detox. So anyways, this is great. That's another one that you can follow along with for the remainder of the challenge. And then the last one, as you can see, this is like my my Bible, is Dr. Hyman's the Ultra Mind Solution. This one's great for if you are an athlete or you work outside or you work with your body, strenuous activity. It's got great amount of carbs. It's really good for athletes. And so I would recommend any of those three, right? Like all of them are really great, nutritionally sound recommendations. It just depends on what your desires are. Look them all up on Amazon. I've got the links on our newsletter, and pick which one you want. So what we'll do is the first 7 days, we will do the detox together, right? And then the next 33 days, our members are going to be using their data from their Whoops and setting goals. And we're going to be working with everybody to do this. So if you are a member and you have not scheduled your appointment before the 16th, please make sure you do, because I want to get you guys in so that we can get those goals set for you for the challenge. Even if you're not doing the detox, still want you to do the challenge. This is a you versus you, okay? We're not competing against one another. We are competing against ourselves. We are competing to get to our exceptionally well self, okay? So 2023 is for me, that's what we keep saying, because you have to take care of you first. And we want to help you do that. And as you do it, we have this community, right, that we're building of people who are working towards that exceptionally well self. And you will get points towards prizes, towards shouting out others who are completing their tiny habits, right? Who are actually accomplishing their tiny habit goals that they have set out. So we'll have a good couple of weeks of setting some tiny habits. It'll give you practice. It'll also let you, see other people set goals and maybe fail or crush them, do great or whatever. Failure is part of it. Setting goals and not reaching them is part of it. Every day. I always say it's humble pie every day, serve fresh, because we're all learning, we're all figuring this out together. And I just want to support you guys. We want to come alongside you. We want to lock arms with you. Me and Cindy have talked a lot about this, and it's just, we so much want to support you in your goals and what you're doing. So that is kind of it in a nutshell. If I missed something, let me know. But next week, we'll be going over a little bit more about the diet and how we're going to be stepping out the different steps of the process, so you guys kind of understand what to look for during the actual challenge. And like I said, get your stuff ordered. It takes about a week to get things in, and you might want time to really look over the material, get some groceries, and figure out how you're going to eat. Preparation is where it's at, okay? When you're trying to do a challenge, you got to give yourself some time to prep. And if you are wanting to sign up as a member, remember there's some discounts, some deep discounts on the challenge and different things like that, so that we can help get you started if you pay up front. And let's see. Oh, the Whoops. So I am pretty much out of the Whoops that we have right now, but I can order some more. So if you were wanting to join that challenge, those also take about a week to come in. There's a link for your deposit on the newsletter, and I think I put it in the live chat. If I didn't, y'all let me know. You guys have a happy new year. I hope that you are safe and your family is well, exceptionally well. We love y'all. Bye.